Yeah, we're live. Hey, welcome to this week in the Katy, Fulshear, Richmond, the weekly social. Today we have Kevin Drury with Anoronics. Am I saying that, or Interconics?
Interconnects.
Interconnect. I'm sorry about that. I screwed that up really well.
That's right.
I want to do a shout out real quick and thank everybody for watching. We're hovering between 500 to 600 views per week, so thank you for the support of the channel. Kevin, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Kevin Drury, born and raised here in Houston, Texas. Been in Katy since '01. Got 3 girls, raised them all here in Katy. They were all actually born right here at Catherine Hospital off of Fried Road. So love Katy area. Been here since '01. I've been a Keys mentor with Katy ISD for over 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Keys, I got Mentor of the Year one year, actually. And
Congratulations.
I've actually followed my mentee from Riley Junior High to Cinco Ridge Junior High. So that's a shout out to Ian.
Okay.
Ian Croak is the kid's name. So anyway.
You know, people from all over watch this internationally, different states, because a lot of people relocate to our local area. What's one of your favorite places to go eat at, or what's a dish that you've had lately?
A really good restaurant I just kind of discovered recently was Adriac Italian Cafe. It's right next to Buc-ee's. People are like, man, I didn't even know it was there. I took a customer there the other day. We were in and out of there for about $11 a person. It included a salad. It included Italian food from scratch. I'm over 250 pounds, I say, and I was full. I mean, and the customers I had actually had a to-go box. So it was extremely good, made from scratch. It was really good food, and it's hard to find nowadays, but it's very affordable. It was a really good bang for your buck.
Yeah, actually, I've eaten there a few times. Wonderful place to go to. One of the places that I just ate at that I've been to numerous times is Snooze. It's a breakfast joint in La Centera. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I had the Eggs Benedict there the other day, and they were just marvelous. So if you haven't been to Snooze, check that out. Katy's not a small little town, but we have a lot of freedom of choice here. So it's amazing. You can have just about any type of food that you can imagine in 5 to 10 minutes, I would say.
This is really good.
So, well, hey, tell us a little bit about your company. You broker commercial electricity, correct?
Correct. Interconnects is a national publicly traded firm with a local presence. What we do is just like 150 plus different providers out there. What we do is we go out, we shop the market, we find the best conditions, the best pricing, the best contract that makes sense for your business. Whether whether you spend $500 a month or $5,000 a month or $50,000 a month. What we do is we go out and we do all the legwork for you, and we bring you what's best for you. If Richard was to say, hey Kevin, I want a 3-year deal, I want to pay with a credit card, I want to include my house, I want to have 45-day payment terms, I would go out with our research and find the best companies would offer all of that. With 150 different providers out there, you really don't know the gotchas, you really don't know the contracts ins and outs, you don't know who's in business, who's not in business. Recently we had a customer, or we had a supplier that had a really competitive rate, but their back office was absolutely horrible. So their billing was bad, their response time was bad, the customer care wasn't worth the competitive price. So that's when we're like, even though they might have a competitive price, the headaches aren't going to be worth it. There's things like that after 18 plus years of doing this, you kind of know. Several of my customers, they got so much time focused on the business, they don't really have time to mess with commercial electricity. Some of my happy customers are Ace Hardware, Chick-fil-A, Times Square, the Surgical Center around the corner, Redeemer Church, so we even help nonprofits. A lot of them I've been dealing with for 15, 16, 17, 18 years, and they focus more on their business so that we basically worry about their commercial electricity contracts.
You know, speaking of commercial and businesses, do you see stuff coming our way? And what areas of development are you focused on right now, and what's being developed out there?
A lot of what we do, or I do personally, is new business. A lot of times people have things under construction, or they might be, looking for a spot and having to get, their meter set, or have to get, their meter in their business name. I've had a lot of questions about solar recently. Some people do backup generation. I mean, there's just a lot of different aspects of electricity business. Is far more than just procuring electricity now. So there's a lot of different questions. Some people just, maybe want me just to go over the current agreement to validate when it expires.
Sure.
There's a management company now that inherited a HOA that they can't even make heads or tails of their bills, and I've been able to help with that. So.
Well, energy today is multifaceted. I mean, there's coal, there's solar, there's natural gas. I mean, energy is just a very broad spectrum, and nobody really thinks about that. No batteries. I mean, it's just kind of a huge conglomerate, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
And it's something that everybody needs. I mean, it's not a want; it's a need. If you live in our local area, we have to have air conditioning and electricity.
Absolutely. It's over 18 years. I've gained a lot of customers' trust. Again, a lot of times there's so many things going on with businesses, especially new businesses. They have so many different. They have marketing. They have leases. They have to hire people. There's get other more important weekly vendors and distributors in place.
Sure.
A lot of times they don't want to spend the time and effort to worry about electricity, so they'll say, Kevin, look, just make the terms merit my lease, or hey, I maybe want to sell it in a couple of years. I need to get into a contract that I'll maybe be able to transfer. All of those gotchas we take care of.
The devil's in the details.
Absolutely. And after 18 years, we're able to find a lot of those devils, so you don't have to deal with them.
My wife at our personal house got into a deal where it said we had free nights and free weekends, which sounded great because that's when we use our air conditioner and the most amount of electricity. However, we never hit the minimum usage in order to get to that.
I kind of laugh because in 18 plus years of doing this, you hear all of these big advertising companies, and they're saying,
great.
Free this, free that, free the other, free. And if you really stop and think, if they're public trading companies, if they have big time named advertisers and actors doing it, they're not working for free. So how on earth are they making money when they're supposedly giving away all this free stuff? So I just laugh. I've got friends that work at those companies, and I'll say, hey, why don't you give me some of those free nights and weekends? And they just giggle. They giggle all the way to the bank.
It's
so
just
it's
a
fun.
fish hook is all it is.
Absolutely.
So.
But we can help commercial businesses kind of stay clear of those gotchas.
Sure. There's a lot of growth that's headed our way. We have Tesla at Brookshire, which is literally just a few minutes down the road from
Absolutely.
us. That's going to be a 1 million plus square foot, is my understanding. That is a huge infrastructure that they're developing out there. A lot of people are relocating here. If you look at the business parks that are going on, that are being created. Have you been down Woods Road headed south to Fulshear?
The things are growing like there's no tomorrow. The big joke in Katy is if you're standing still, they're going to build something on you. That's
correct. The amount of people that are targeted, and everywhere I look, there's construction. If you look at Terra, that's a huge community. That's 2,300 acres that they're developing out there. And believe it or not, they're already on the tail end of Cane Island. They're closing that out. And that was another huge parcel of land out there just northwest of town. And then driving between here and Fulshear, you can't tell you left Katy going to Fulshear.
Oh, absolutely.
It's solid rooftops. And if it doesn't have a commercial building on it, it's already zoned, sectioned out, and there's contracts and there's plans for it to come. So it's amazing at the amount of movement that goes on in our local community here.
With all the commercial growth, if someone's selling a business, buying a business, if they're buying a business and if there's a current electricity contract in place, I can look at that. It may make more sense to transfer that contract to you and get a competitive rate. So there's so many different ins and outs. If you're selling a business, buying a business, if electricity is included, we can definitely take a look at the agreement to see if it makes sense to pursue a new agreement or maybe just transfer that existing agreement into your name. So there's just so many different aspects of the electricity procurement that we'd be able to help with.
When it comes to doing that, what's the biggest mistake or the top 3 mistakes that you typically see or encompass that you have to fix and overcome?
people don't take the 5 minutes to get somebody to look at it. It would just be like, if I was buying a house, I didn't want to get educated, I trust you, I'd say, go ahead and go out there and find me something. Same thing, people will maybe pursue a new agreement when their existing agreement might be able to be transferable. There was a person that was selling a business, and the purchaser of the business wanted to actually pursue or keep the current agreement in place. They called the retailer. Retailer said, we can't do that, we can't do that. They were saying they couldn't do that because they didn't want to honor that competitive rate. There's things like that we know. There's so many ins and outs on the commercial electricity aspect of it that we can actually help out. And at the end of the day, it's about controlling costs.
Spending money's easy.
Right.
Earning it and keeping it, that's the art of the deal in a business.
Absolutely. We can definitely help with that.
So, and that's something that I encompass as a business owner on day to day. I just, it's amazing what things cost today.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, gosh, look at the cost of housing here. You know, it wasn't that long ago. The average home in our communities was around $250,000, $300,000. Today, that same home's around $450,000.
Yep.
It's gone up in a very short amount of time as well.
In Texas, you know, I don't know if people know, but in Katy ISD, we have over 200 different languages spoken. So we have people from all over the world that's coming to Katy ISD
International.
For the school systems. And I tell everybody here that's from out of state or even out of the country, not only are you in a great part, a great state, and a great part of the state, but you're in one of the most competitively priced parts of the state. Austin's more expensive. Dallas is more expensive.
The cost of living,
Yes.
Metro areas, Houston,
Yes.
Katy area
It's
is
very
lower than
competitive.
any other metro area, and that's a fact. You're
Absolutely.
correct.
Absolutely.
And then if you look at our schools that we have for Katy ISD, we're typically in the top 5 to 10 in multiple sections. So
Absolutely.
it's unbelievable the level of education the kids get here. My son graduated from Tompkins High School, and I can tell you my own personal experience. He finished probably in about the 50 percentile, and he's not dumb. I mean, he's a great, smart, brilliant kid, but it's so competitive to get in that top 50 percentile. It's a challenge. In the top 10%, you have the genius level. When he went to college, he was way more prepared than the average kid from other schools that graduated in the top 10%. His roommate graduated in the top 10% and quit the first semester was too hard. So that's how much better Brian was prepared versus a kid that came from another high school.
I have, and I echo that. Most of the people I talk to, if they get out of my kids went to Cinco Ranch, and a lot of the kids are making better grades in college because they're so prepared than they made in high school. People don't realize how competitive Katy ISD is. I've got a daughter in Arkansas. She's making better grades in Arkansas than she did at Cinco Ranch. So it's
And that's at a collegiate level.
And the Katy ISD schools do definitely get you ready for the next level.
And people pay a premium. I mean, I hear all the time, I want to be zoned to this school. I mean, they're laser focused. We had 230,000 people move to the Houston area last year. So there's a huge influx of people that are coming here. And that's from all over the place, East Coast, West Coast, the Rust Belt, and then international, because we are in international areas. I mean, speaking of energy, oil and gas, I mean, the energy corridor is literally a hop, skip, and a jump from us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it's, and then people target our schools because they look at our competitors' schools and they go, I don't want my kid to go there. Once, if they see their ratings and they see Katy's ratings, it's night and day.
Absolutely.
So, but as far, do you still have kids that are going to Cinco Ranch?
I've got one in Arkansas. I've got a senior this year. She was a cheerleader, and then I've got a 10th grader.
Oh wow!
And a 10th grader's doing robotics, and that's very new.
That's huge.
That's something new to us, and it's extremely exciting. It stems science, technology, engineering, and mechanical, and she loves it. Absolutely loves it. So.
Wow. Yeah, I would say robotics, AI, and computer science. Those are 3 growing trends that we're seeing out there, economic-wise. And I believe that the fields for employment is going to grow exponentially in the next few years as well. Now AI, I still don't fully understand that, but I'm old. But the kids coming up, they're gravitating towards it. Do you guys use AI in anything that you guys do yet?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. We're starting to see it in our industry. They're inputting descriptions of properties to AI and then asking them to spit it back out to make it more attractive. So it is kind of fluffing and putting the sizzle on our listings. I'm starting to see that. It's just, yeah, it is. But again, it would be garbage in, garbage out, so you would have to have something good to begin with in order for it to spit something good back out, is my opinion. And that's just something that I haven't really worked through yet, but we are seeing that, and they are promoting that throughout the real estate industry.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting.
It is. But anyways, what's some other great stuff that's happening in our local community? Are you involved with any fundraisers or charities or anything, Kevin?
I deal with Atlanta, Columbus. I have like I said, Keys mentoring, and then do some go to a prayer group probably about once a quarter, and I always make your networking thing.
Oh, thank you.
And Bakersfield Pub, the Thursday, third Thursday of every month. I don't miss that, so I try to hit that all the time.
Whoops. You also do a lot with the Katy Business Connection.
Yes, sir.
That's the first Wednesday of the month, and that's at Harris County Smokehouse from 8:30. Does it run till 9 or 9:30?
It's 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
It's every single Wednesday. There's no fee. It's networking. It's I don't miss that, and I'm trying to hit it every single week. And there's some good people in there. We've been in there for years now.
I try to support them.
Opportunity.
I go whenever I can. I usually hit a handful of meetings a year. If you've never been to the Katy Business Connection, go check it out. Great group of guys. You're going to meet a lot of professionals, business owners. They're going to help you grow your business. I mean, it's a really good group. And thank you for the shout out for the one that we do at the Katy Network Business Network.
I try to make sure to get on them. I'm more of a phone guy and email guy, so I just want to kind of plug my phone number. If you do want some help or just want a set of eyes on a commercial electricity contract or like a commercial electricity bill, I can do the Katy area, I can do the Houston area, the Texas area, I can do it national, just in any deregulated market. A lot of people run into that they don't even know if they're in a deregulated area or not. I had somebody open up a business in Conroe, and they did not actually realize that it is regulated, so there is no options out there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, absolutely. There's a lot of different areas in Texas that are still regulated. But
so that, and I'm just asking for clarification. So is that city or county?
It's set forth by the state. Like, for instance, Austin is not deregulated. San Antonio is not deregulated. When I say it's not deregulated, that means that you only have just the city that you can get electricity from.
Right.
Round Rock, Pflugerville, those are deregulated areas where people can compete for electricity. So it's again, it's a little more complicated than what people think.
Right. Okay.
So
I thought that was a state thing where I thought the whole state was deregulated.
Not at all.
I did not know
areas,
that.
no, there's certain areas. My phone number is 281-630-5895, and it's Kevin, K-E-V-I-N. Last name is Drury, D as in David, R-U-R-Y, and my email is kdrury, D-R-U-R-Y, at Enerconnex, ENERCONNEX.com. Give me a call, give me an email if I can help you in any way, shape, or form. There's no obligation. Like I said, I'm trying to just help people. I've done nonprofits, family members. You mention it, and I'll probably help them. So feel free to give me a call or an email, and I'll be more than happy to just look and see if there's some opportunities there to help you control your costs. I'll definitely help them.
Yeah, give him a shout. He will save you money, and if you have a better deal, he's going to tell you that you have a better deal.
Absolutely,
and it doesn't cost you anything. A couple other quick notes. We do have a blood drive that our company's sponsoring that's coming up on the 20th of May. We're going to be hosting that on the corner of Winding Point and Pine Mill Ranch. It's going to be at our Community Recreation Center. We will have the Gulf Coast Blood Drive motor coach there. So if you guys could please sign up, we'd greatly appreciate it. We're hovering around 12 people right now. We'd really like to keep the bus full start to finish. So our target is 25 to 30 people committing to donating a pint of blood. So love to have you come out if you'd like to do that. If you can work it into your schedule, greatly appreciate it. last year we had the coach full start to finish. The blood was used the same day, and we saved 54 lives. So there's a huge shortage of blood out there, and a lot of people are not aware of that. So, and if you can't make it to our event, find another event. Please donate some blood. You are going to save somebody's life.
That's good.
Do you have any fundraisers or anything that you want to touch on?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment.
You talked about the Knights of Columbus. A lot of people don't even know what that organization is.
Knights of Columbus is a fraternal men's organization that's attached to the Catholic Church. It's the visible arm of the Catholic Church. It's a men's fraternal organization that's been around since the beginning of time, and they do a lot of charitable work. They raise a lot of money with our dues, with barbecues, with breakfast taco things. They've helped people, at their houses fix things that need to be fixed. Every Catholic church is going to have, one of the Knights of Columbus groups for sure.
I typically in our industry is I see like somebody that is a widow or something. The house is in disrepair, and they congregate together to get it back to a good condition for her.
Exactly, that's an example of what the Knights of Columbus do.
So hats off, I applaud you for doing that. That's great that you give back to the community. But I want to say thanks for tuning in. But again, if they want to connect with you about electricity and have them look at their bills, their business, let's do it one more time. What's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Just a simple phone call at 281-630-5895, Kevin Drury. Also, you can email me at K Drury, it's K and then DRURY at Interconnects, ENERCONNEX.com, Interconnects.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.